All right, we are going to look at how to input some answers into Canvas. So I have here an assignment that just says type your answers. So we're just going to look at some ways to do it. Obviously, you can just type. So domain is all the X values. You can just type words in here. You can also change the size and do some of these other kinds of things. But what we can also do is insert some things. So if I want to insert a picture, I click on this one, and then it lets me upload a picture. If I want to link a web link URL, I can put that in here. I can put media, videos, songs, whatever here. I can upload documents here. So Microsoft documents, Excel documents, images, lots of kinds of documents that you can put in there, PDFs. Here we have some things where we can change the fonts, bold, italic, underline. Those things are pretty obvious. But the one I want to focus on today is this one right here. It looks like a little square root of X, and it is used for inserting math questions. When you click on it, you get this palette. If you are a programmer and you already know LaTeX, you can type in the LaTeX editing by turning that way. But assuming you don't, as most of us don't, we have this list here where we can find some of the symbols that we often use in math. So if you want a subscript, you just type the letter. So maybe I want X sub 1 plus X sub 2. So you type the thing you want, and then maybe I want a Y. So Y, and I want a subscript, Y sub 1 plus, and then I type it and I get, whoops, I forgot to type the letter, which you can go back and do it later, but it's easier to just do it first. You can see what you are doing. Now you can also do exponents. So again, you type the thing you want exponent first. So if I want X squared, then I can type that. If I would like a fraction, I use this one. So I want X. I can use the down arrow key on my keyboard to get down to the bottom. And there's my X to the 5th. Now I'm still in the fraction, so to get out of it, you need to hit your right arrow key. Same with these exponents over here. I'm up in the exponent, so if I want X to the 21, if I want to get out of that, I need to do my right arrow key. That's the same with these over here too. I'm down in the subscript. So if I want out, I need to hit the right arrow key. Okay, so I can also, when I'm over here, do radicals. So the square root of X, which is the one that is the symbol they use. Again, you need to use the right arrow key if you want to be inside. Go inside, and I don't know if you can see on the video, but it highlights the X and the radical in a light blue color. So then you're inside. So if I want the X plus 2 inside, then use the right arrow key. Notice the highlighting goes away and I'm outside. This one, I can have other kinds of roots. So if I want a cube root, again, use the arrow keys to navigate where you want things. If you're doing vector calculus, you can use the vector parentheses. Of course, you have the regular parentheses on your keyboard and the braces for sets and so forth. You have those there. If you're doing combinations, this is a symbol usually used for combinations. If you want a function, I actually personally notice when I put the parenthesis from the keyboard, you see the shadow of the second one, the ending, to remind you to complete your your parentheses. I actually just like doing the F prime that way better. You have the plus and minus sign, the minus and plus signs. The equals, of course, you have the equals on your keyboard as well. And they look the same. So there's the one from the keyboard. Times, the division sign is nice. The therefore, the sum, the multiples, the integral. The integrals don't always come out looking as nice as I would like them to. Let's come in here and look at it. So I'm done for right now. So I'm going to click done. And well, actually that integral looks pretty good right there. But sometimes I don't think they look as good. You can stretch these, make them smaller or bigger. And you can do that with the images. I can go back and edit it. That's pretty tiny, right? And if you don't like it, you can go back and edit it, or you can just delete it and it's gone. So let's look at a few more of those options in here. There's the X bar from statistics for the mean. Here is our median. The natural numbers, the integers, the rational numbers, the real numbers, the complex, the irrational numbers, so forth. There's the Greek letters. So if you need those, so the mu, you might need for statistics. Pi is often used. Theta is often used for angles, and alpha, beta, and gamma. Delta also. Rho and phi used in math. All of these are kind of used in math, physics, science. So you have those. You have your operators. So you have your and your or, your union, your intersection, and whatever else you might need. These are used in abstract algebra a lot. So relationships. So the greater than and the less than you have on your keyboard, but you have them here as well. The thing you don't have on your keyboard is the less than or equal. So I'm going to type in X less than or equal to 5. So people often cheat and they do X. Whoops, I hit the wrong one. Less than equal. Look, it didn't even come up. X less than. Now I'm hitting the equal sign, and this LaTeX is actually changing it right to the less than or equal, but people often write that in the original one. The congruent, the such that, subsets, all of these are in here if you need them. Therefore, partial order relations. Here is the empty set. So there's one that people often would like to find. And notice it is not the same as this phi. So people often will use that phi, but we actually have the empty set right here. Then there's all the arrows, so implies and all of that kind of thing. We have the braces, the floors and the ceilings. We don't need that. They're on the, in my classes. The slash for division is also here. And then the miscellaneous, here's the infinity. So we're often looking for infinity, and people will often write INF for the infinity. So we have all of those, and we have our degree symbol. So if you want to write 45 degrees, You have your degree symbol, the angles, and so forth, partial derivatives. So all of these little symbols are here, and you can put them together to get whatever kind of answer you want to put in. And then it shows up the way you want it to look. And if you have a so-called essay question in a math class, that allows you to show your work. So if you were trying to solve 2x plus 3 equals 5, you could do that just by typing it. But if it had a square in it, you might like to use that tool. So again, the tool is the insert math equation. Now we also have the table. So you can make a table. So suppose you were doing statistics and you wanted to do a table. So you have your x's. Maybe you're doing a frequency distribution. There's your p of x, your x times p of x, and your, whoops, I still didn't get my parenthesis in there, and your x squared times p of x. Now I wonder if I can, know exactly if I can insert in here. I haven't tried this one before. So let's see if it'll let me actually insert. It does. Okay, so there, I just learned something too. Isn't that cool? So there's my x squared, p of x. And then I can type all of that in there. This allows me to take away and insert rows, delete a row. So if I want to delete this row, whoops, I deleted the row instead of the column. This would have been insert a column and so forth, insert a row. So you can type all those things in here, and you have your table. Obviously, if you're doing matrices, you could do that as well. So you could insert that inside of those delimiters and get your tables and your matrices as well. Of course, if you've done a graph somewhere else, you can insert that as an image by using this tool to insert your graph or image. Okay, I hope this has been helpful in how to input your answers to assignments, quizzes, etc. in Canvas.